You know that feeling, right? If you're a game dev, I'm sure you do. You've got this amazing vision for your characters, but then reality hits. You have to actually create all those 2D assets from scratch. And what if you're not a pixel artist? Or you just don't have hundreds of hours to spare? Well, today we're going to look at a tool that's designed to smash right through that wall.
So, does this hit close to home? Your game mechanics are feeling good, the story's all mapped out, but you slam right into the art problem. Just the thought of drawing, rigging, and animating every single character can feel, well, completely overwhelming. It's more than just a challenge. It's the kind of thing that can put a passion project on the shelf for good. And look, this isn't some small little hiccup. For a lot of indie developers, this is the problem. Your characters are the soul of your game, right? Using generic store-bought assets can feel like you're giving up on your vision, but starting with a totally blank canvas, that can feel downright impossible. You're stuck in a classic creative jam.
But what if there was a way to bridge that gap? What if a tool was built specifically to break through that exact bottleneck? That's what we're digging into today with a piece of software called Game Character Hub.
So what is this thing really? Well, Game Character Hub is a super focused program for making and editing 2D game assets. Now, it was originally built with the RPG Maker series in mind, and it's great for that, but the assets you create can totally work in other 2D engines too. Think of it less like a jack of all trades and more like a specialist tool for a very, very common job.
What really makes this tool pop isn't that it's trying to replace something like Photoshop, not at all. It's that all of its features are laser-focused on one thing, creating a fast, intuitive workflow to get your characters made and into your game.
The heart of the whole system is its built-in generator. So instead of staring at a blank canvas and panicking, you're piecing your character together from a huge library of parts. You've got torsos, hair, armor, you name it. It's kind of like digital kit bashing. And this same idea applies to tilesets, letting you build your world piece by piece. It's all about creating through composition, not just pure drawing skill.
Of course, a generated character is just a starting point. You've got to make it your own. And the customization tools here are actually pretty solid. You get a familiar layer system for tweaking all the little details. But the real game changer? It's the palette editor. This thing lets you instantly swap out entire color schemes, so you can perfectly match your game's unique look and feel.
Okay, this feature right here is a massive time saver. Seriously, there's a live preview window that shows you your character's animations while you're working. Just think about that for a second. No more exporting a sprite sheet, booting up your game engine, and running a test just to see if a walk cycle looks janky. You see the results instantly, right there in the editor. Now that is a workflow built for speed.
So, when you put it all together, the whole process is just brilliantly simple. You generate a base character. You customize it with layers and colors to match your vision. You preview the animation in real time, and then you export it directly for your engine. It's basically the shortest, straightest line you can draw from idea to in-game asset.
The features sound great on paper, but the real test is always what actual developers think after using it. So let's take a look at what the user reviews have to say.
Wow, okay, that's a pretty powerful endorsement right there. This person had a big aha moment. For the specific task of making custom characters for RPG Maker, they think this is hands down the best program out there.
Now here's a more nuanced take, which I think is just as useful. This developer says they actually use it more than Photoshop for character creation, simply because it's so focused. But they also point out that it's got a few quirks and could be a bit more convenient. This gives us a really honest, balanced picture of the tool's strengths and its weaknesses.
And that really gets to the heart of it. Game Character Hub is not trying to be Photoshop or Sprite. Those general art programs give you infinite flexibility, for sure, but that can be a really complicated, winding road. This tool, it's a specialist. It trades that infinite scope for a direct, hyper-focused workflow. It's the straight line from your idea right into your game.
All right, so if you're intrigued and thinking this might be for you, let's talk strategy. Because before you go and click that buy button, let's make sure you can get it for the best possible price.
The key number you're going to want to remember is 60%. That's the biggest discount we've seen on this software during a sale. A little bit of patience here can lead to some pretty big savings.
So here's your game plan. Step 1. Go wishlist it on Steam right now. That way you'll get an email the second it goes on sale. Step 2, and this is the real pro tip, use Steam's 2-hour refund window as your own personal risk-free trial. Buy it, put it through its paces for an hour or so, and if it just doesn't click with your workflow, you get a full refund. Absolutely no risk.
And that really brings us to the final question, doesn't it? Look, this tool isn't for the master pixel artist who loves nothing more than a blank canvas. But if you're a developer who's more focused on mechanics, story, and just getting your vision up and running without spending hundreds of hours drawing from scratch, could Game Character Hub be that missing piece of the puzzle in your toolkit?